When your chest gets tight and your thoughts start racing, your mind is entering a state of acute stress. You lose the ability to focus on the present moment. In these exact moments, you desperately need peace. But because your nervous system is sounding an alarm, your brain is actually locked out of the calm state required to go find it. This is a classic symptom of cognitive overload. Cognitive overload happens when your working memory receives more information than it can process at once, creating a mental bottleneck. Because of this bottleneck, high-effort actions like formulating a specific prayer or navigating a dense devotional book become nearly impossible. Traditional tools for spiritual comfort demand mental energy, focus, and preparation. A person in the middle of emotional distress simply does not have those resources to give. This chart shows the inverse relationship between stress and our ability to take action. As stress peaks, our tolerance for behavioral friction drops to zero. Behavioral friction is any obstacle, physical, mental, or emotional, that makes a task harder to complete. When you are exhausted by a loud mind, you experience decision fatigue. Decision fatigue is the deteriorating quality of choices made by an individual after a long period of processing information. Exhausted by choices, your brain automatically defaults to the path of least resistance. Looking up a specific Bible chapter to match your exact feeling takes effort. Taking up your phone and scrolling endlessly takes none. But scrolling offers zero friction and zero relief. It only pours more information into an already overloaded mind, amplifying the anxiety and the mental clutter. To actually provide comfort, we have to eliminate the distance between the sudden feeling of overwhelm and the truth that grounds it. Serenity Scrolls is a product built on behavioral design to bypass that cognitive bottleneck. This visualization shows the engineering inside the tube. There are 96 individual scripture scrolls, pre-sorted into 6 distinct color-coded groups based entirely on human emotion: grateful, frustrated, happy, anxious, sad, and troubled. This system completely removes the burden of choice. You don't have to know chapter and verse. You only need to identify how you feel to anchor your mind in truth, reduce noise, gain perspective, and find emotional stability. You select the color that matches your state, unroll it, and receive a micro-encouragement in under 10 seconds. A micro-encouragement is a short, targeted piece of supportive text designed to be read and absorbed instantly without preparation. By organizing comfort by emotion rather than by chapter, the scripture transforms from a library you have to search into an immediately usable, low-friction tool you can hold. A tool can have zero mental friction, but if it is buried in a drawer or tucked away on a bookshelf, it is useless in a crisis. The visual system is designed to signal safety. The calm typography and signature deep blue palette create an object that feels visually peaceful, avoiding loud or overly commercial religious aesthetics. Because the design is modern and clean, it naturally sits out in the open. Resting on a nightstand or a living room table keeps the physical friction near zero. The aesthetic is a functional feature. It ensures that emotional relief remains visible and within arm's reach the exact second a high-need moment begins. Many faith-based gifts are highly symbolic, but they sit untouched because they lack real-world utility. This is highly functional when anxiety spikes. When friction is removed, you develop a comfort reflex, a trained response turning to a physical grounding object instead of a digital device. Instead of doom scrolling, your hands reach for a physical scroll, actively interrupting the emotional spiral with a tactile pause. Effective support does not require hours of dedicated study. It requires truth to be effortless to access in the exact moment you need it. What starts as cognitive overload and mental noise ends with a simple, grounded moment of scripture-centered reflection. Taking a small, intentional pause to unroll a single verse can alter the entire trajectory of a day. By bridging the gap between sudden distress and accessible peace, faith stops being an abstract idea and becomes a reliable, functional reflex for real-world emotions.